Have you ever looked at the dollar sign and wondered, why an S? If our currency is the dollar, shouldn't the symbol be a D? Or maybe an A for America? We are told in school that the S is just a U placed over an S, a patriotic symbol for the United States. It sounds logical, it feels right, but it is a lie. Open your banking app right now, or pull a bill out of your wallet. You will notice something shocking. That iconic symbol isn't printed on our money. Anywhere. Not on the 1, not the 20, not the 100. It is in our software, but it is legally absent from our cash. Because the S does not stand for states. It isn't even American. The global face of capitalism actually started as a 300-year-old typo, a foreign merchant's lazy handwriting error from 1778 that we all just accepted. To understand why we are using a foreign symbol, you have to realize that the founding fathers were essentially renting their economy. In the 1770s, the American colonies did not have their own financial identity. They were piggybacking on a superpower. This is the Real de Ocho, the Spanish Peso. In 1770, this was the Bitcoin of the 18th century, a decentralized, universal silver standard more trusted than the British pound. The colonists used these so often they just called them Spanish dollars. But there was a problem. In a world of fast-moving trade, bookkeepers were drowning in paperwork. Imagine being a merchant in a hot New Orleans port, writing the word pesos 10,000 times a week with a quill pen. Human nature does not change. Just like you use LOL because you are too busy to type, these merchants were desperate for a shortcut. And that desperation led to the most successful accident in financial history. The standard shorthand was a capital P with a small s floating next to it. Clear. Efficient. But as the American Revolution heated up, the volume of money flowing into the colonies exploded. Bookkeepers stopped being careful. The S began to migrate. It slid directly over the stem of the P. In the heat of fast-paced accounting, the loop of the P was drawn lighter and lighter until it vanished entirely. All that remained was that vertical line slashing through the S. You are not looking at a symbol of freedom. You are looking at 300-year-old text speak, a shorthand for a Spanish currency that does not even exist anymore. The man who officially infected America with this typo was Oliver Pollock. Pollock was an Irish merchant acting as a secret agent for the Revolution. In his ledgers dated April 1st, 1778, he was writing fast, slashing that vertical line through his P's while calculating funds for George Washington's gunpowder. He sent these ledgers to Robert Morris, the financier of the Revolution. Morris saw the scribble and simply started copying it. The Founding Fathers were too busy drafting the Constitution to have a branding department. They simply absorbed a merchant's lazy doodle and made it the national standard. But some historians believe the mistake is even deeper. They point to the Spanish coat of arms, two pillars wrapped in ribbons representing the edge of the world. If they are right, the icon of American capitalism is actually a tribute to the Spanish monarchy. We chose the U.S. monogram myth because the truth that our icon is a clerical error or a tribute to a foreign king was simply too embarrassing to fix. Why didn't we ever fix our currency sign? Because by the time the government realized the mistake, the brand was already too big to fail. So, we kept the myth. We told ourselves a story about patriotic monograms to hide a much weirder reality, that the most powerful economy in human history is essentially running on a version of Comic Sans from 1778. We chose the typo over the truth, because, at a certain point, a mistake becomes a tradition. The biggest icon of American capitalism isn't American at all. It is a 300-year-old clerical error from a Spanish colony that we simply forgot to correct. And it is not the only one. Our lives are filled with these invisible mistakes. Symbols we use every day that were not designed for us, but were simply left behind by people who were too tired to do it right.